Hi everybody, welcome to Chapter 5, Routing Protocols and Concepts, RIP version 1. From the previous chapters, you must have learned how to configure static routes. Well, from this chapter on, you will learn how to configure and troubleshoot dynamic routes. This chapter especially focuses on the Routing Information Protocol, or otherwise known as RIP. These are some of the objectives that we will cover in this chapter, and so by the end of it, students will know how to configure and troubleshoot this dynamic routing protocol. Please feel free to pause and read at your own convenience. So the big question, why RIP? Knowing how to configure RIP is important because it is still used in small internet networks today, and unlike other routing protocols which uses more sophisticated metrics, RIP uses only a single metric, which is the hop count, as a method to determine the network distance. The reason it is not used for larger, more complicated networks is because RIP's transmission of the entire routing table every 30 seconds may put a heavy amount of extra traffic on the network. Please note that when I refer to RIP, it is the same as RIP version 1, which is a class-full routing protocol. And this is entirely different from RIP version 2, which is a class-less routing protocol. So RIP version 1 does not send subnet mask information in its routing updates. Finally, RIP is a fairly simple routing protocol compared to the other routing protocols such as EIGRP and OSPF that you will learn in the coming chapters. Here's a simple topology for you to better understand RIP, and for this purpose, we will use a packet tracer activity. Okay, so this network is configured with respect to the topology in the previous slide, and RIP has been configured on router 3 and router 1. So what we're going to do is, let's configure RIP on router 2. Okay, now to check the connection, let's send a packet from router 1 all the way to router 3. Okay, so the packet goes from router 1 to router 2, and router 2 sends it to router 3. What happens here is that router 2 looks at the network name and says, oh, I have 3 class B networks connected directly to me. So router 2 starts sending RIP updates to all the interfaces. Router 2 also starts receiving RIP updates and advertising about the subnets connected to each one. And finally, these are some of the commands that students should be aware when they verify and troubleshoot RIP. And remember to contact your instructor when you have any questions as you work through the chapter. Thank you.